We had news on Woosa's awakening, which I'm sure many of our adventurers are all waiting for. After witnessing the love and support for Woosa and Maegu, we wanted to create something even better. We have kept some of their original animations intact, but we have also made some significant changes. As such, their update schedule was inevitably pushed back. While developing Awakening Woosa, we put a lot of thought into how to bring a uniqueness to the character. We then came across a Suchon flower garden, one of the folk tales in Korea, and decided it would be a fitting motif. This motif was manifested and implemented into Awakening Woosa. The Suchon flower garden is one of the places in the afterlife where the souls of the dead gather. At first, we worried that this would be difficult to convey. We incorporated the unnamed flowers and spirits of Netherworld, along with the moon of the night sky that Woosa came to represent the outer world. Luckily, the result was more impressive than we'd initially imagined. Like this, Awakening Woosa gained a new sense of individuality. We will continue our introduction with a video we prepared of Awakening Woosa.
Hyun, the more you try to erase your bloodlines, the clearer they become. And the more you try to forget them, the greater your longing grows.
Though you walk down different paths, your fate, preordained by the heavens, will lead you both to one enlightenment.
Are you ready to face each other?
For those seeing our twin sisters for the first time, let me give you a brief explanation. These sisters are fundamentally rivals to each other. One is affiliated with the Woosa school and the other the Jwado school. They are like the Jedi and Sith in Star Wars, with different martial arts training methods and conflicting ideologies that set them at odds. You can see the younger sister, Woosa of the Woosa school, as the Jedi, and the older sister, Maegu of the Jwado school, as the Sith. Last December, we uploaded The Tale of Two Twins to our official Black Desert YouTube. Listening to this audiobook will give you much greater insight into their relationship. As Woosa progresses through her awakening quest, she has a profound realization and encounters a mighty spirit. As a result, she can draw power from the Suchon Flower Garden, a realm of the afterlife in Korean mythology. The bright moon gracefully rising above a pristine puddle, the flowers that bloom in all directions, the spirits that emerge from the book she clasps in her left hand, and the calligraphy she writes with the brush in her right hand. All of these represent the inner nature of Woosa. Woosa has always emphasized the power of humanity, diligently honing her inner self and accumulating knowledge. Due to these principles, she used to criticize her sister Maegu for drawing power from external sources such as spirits. Play through Woosa's awakening quest to discover firsthand what kind of spiritual being Woosa encountered that ultimately led her to acknowledge and accept divine power.
The weapon's appearance will not be a charm, but rather will look much like a book. We believe that if we weave the charms together into the form of a book, the imagery would amplify Woosa's elegant and serene demeanor. For her outfit, our aim was to give Woosa, embodying the essence of the Suchon Flower Garden, the allure of an aristocratic figure. We drew inspiration from the attire worn by officials during ancestral rites in the Joseon dynasty, with the formal attire known as wonsam also worn by high-ranking officials to further enhance their identity as a representative of the Woosa school and a princess. The shoulder piece symbolizes flowers blooming at Gwangcheon Lake, while the lantern adorning her waist conveys the feeling of guiding spirits.
The combat style for Awakening Woosa is a hybrid with a focus on mid-range combat. One of the most distinctive features is the ability for Woosa to wield flowers. These flowers serve as summons that bloom and perform various roles to assist Woosa when she utilizes her skills. Allow me to introduce one of Awakening Woosa's main skills called Moonlit Blast. It is a skill where the flowers summoned around Woosa explode, causing AoE damage. Upon light water effect spreads across the ground. This symbolizes the boundary between the mortal realm and the afterlife. Moreover, the water is illuminated by the moon, evoking an image of the night sky. This displays how our worlds are intertwined by reflecting the night sky in the afterlife above the Seocheon flower garden. Next, we have a skill that embodies Awakening Woosa's combat style called Floral Burst. Floral Burst creates small seeds in front of Woosa that blossom into flowers after a short duration, dealing significant damage in the area. Next is the skill called Seocheon Field. When used, small flowers bloom at the targeted location. These flowers work like mines. When someone approaches them, they explode to inflict big damage. Between the timed skill and the mines, you can get creative and dominate the battlefield. Planting flowers along the path you anticipate your enemies to follow can create openings for you. You can also confuse your opponents by inflicting damage at unexpected timings while performing regular attacks. The next main skill is Mark of the Moon. This skill is presented with the concept of a flower of the afterlife. When using this skill, it inflicts damage to enemies in front and leaves a mark on a target. Summoned flowers then pursue the marked target to claim its soul, and explode after a certain period to inflict damage. In PvE, it can be utilized as the main damage skill, while in PvP, it can be used to track enemies and deal damage. Also, the Mark of the Moon effect is meant to appear like a record of the ones destined for the underworld. To visually represent this concept, we incorporated hunger into the skill effects. Despite being a formidable skill, we strive to make it elegant with hunger woven into Woosa's unique and graceful movements. I believe explanation alone may not be enough, so we prepared a combat video. Let's take a look.
This is the older sister
그녀는
Maegu.
어린
As
시절엔
a
동생과
child, she
함께
was part of the
우도방
Woodo school
소속이었던
along with her
만큼
younger
부채를
sister,
들었던
and she
적이
used to
있었습니다.
wield a fan.
하지만 우도방의 수련
However, she
방식에는
didn't have
별다른
any
재능이
particular
없었고
talent for the
이
Woodo
때문에
school's
방황을
training methods.
거듭하다 결국
Due
우도방에
to her
접대한
struggles,
채
she
가도방에
eventually joined the
들어가게
rival
되는데요.
school, known as the
오히려
Traddle
이곳에서
School.
재능의 꽃을 피우게
It was
되죠.
here where her talents
이런
began to bloom.
그녀가 각성
As she
퀘스트를
embarks on her
진행하게
awakening
되면서
quest, she gains
내면의
profound
깨달음을
insight into
얻고
herself
다시
and comes
부채를
to
손에
wield the
쥐게
fan
됩니다.
once again.
누구와
As for whom she
만났는지,
met and what
어떤
stories
이야기가
unfolded,
펼쳐지는지는
you will discover them
역시
firsthand by
각성 퀘스트를 직접
experiencing the
진행하면서
awakening quest
확인해주세요.
yourself.
Her awakening weapon is in the final stages of development, so we haven't prepared a full combat video yet. Instead, let me briefly explain the combat style of Awakening Maegu. Unlike Succession Woosa, she wields 2 fans and focuses more on melee combat, rather than manipulating wind and storm clouds. She is capable of piercing through enemies and creating powerful fiery attacks with the power of the Fox Spirit. Furthermore, by spreading both fans to unleash a burst of flames, she can inflict debuffs in a wide area of effect. While each movement skill may not cover a great distance, she has a variety of them that help her chase down enemies at remarkable speed.
This is the end of our updates on Awakening Woosa and Maegu. The development of Awakening Maegu is in its final stages. We are working hard to present to our adventurers a new and enjoyable gameplay. The Awakening Woosa update is scheduled to be released across all regions on May 31st. As for the Awakening Maegu, she's planned to be released in June.
This is all we have prepared for today. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you all for continuing to enjoy our game. We will continue in striving to bring to you the best adventures possible and ensure that Black Desert is the most enjoyable as it can be. Thank you.